Hello everyone, this is Dr. Suman, Associate Professor from the Department of Civil Engineering, AJ Institute of Engineering and Technology, Mangalore. Today we'll be dealing with the problems of projectiles from the Module 5 of Elements of Civil Engineering. In the previous video lecture, we have seen some of the problems. We'll work out some more problems on the similar concept. Let us take the first problem. A projectile is fired from the edge of a 150 meter high cliff with the initial velocity of 180 meter per second at an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. So, a projectile is fired from any cliff whose cliff height is given, that is 150 meter, with an initial velocity. So what projectile is fired from this point, its initial velocity is given 180 meter per second at an angle of 30 degree with the horizontal. Neglect the air resistance and find the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. So previously also we have solved the problems of the maximum height obtained by the projectile, that is the H max we have found out. So that is what is asked, the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile, that is H max. Next you are supposed to find out the horizontal distance from the gun point, okay, horizontal distance from the gun point where the projectile strikes the ground. So its starting point is this, the gun point, and it has reached the ground. You are aware from in the problem that a cliff is mentioned. That means somebody has fired the gun from the cliff, from that point to the ground. When they say ground, you please understand that you are standing on the cliff, or the person who has fired the gun is standing on the cliff, and the ground is 150 meter below you. So if I take this as the horizontal x-axis, 150 meter below that is the target point C, and name the highest point the gun would have reached, gunshot would have reached, is A, which is H max distance. So let us calculate first the H max, whose equation is you already derived, u square in the previous video lecture, u squared sine squared alpha divided by 2g. Here u is the initial velocity. Initial velocity is given as 180 meter per second of the projectile, and alpha made with respect to the horizontal is also given, that is 30 degree. Substitute in this, find out the H max distance. So the gun has gone to the highest point here, okay. So this is H max, and if I want to find out the greatest elevation, they have asked you the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile. So when above the ground means I have to also add up the ground distance from that point, from the X point. So it is 150 plus the H max will give you 562.84 is the greatest elevation above the ground reached by the projectile, okay. So next what you are supposed to find is the horizontal distance from the gun to the point where the projectile strikes the ground, okay. So if you look into the figure of the flight of the projectile from this point to point C, that is O to A and A to highest point to the target, the time taken is from here to here, if I consider it as T1, and from here to here I will consider it as T2. And if you look into the velocities also, the velocity increase is 180 here, and when it reaches here the velocity will become 0, then again by the influence of the gravity it goes on increasing. So now let us look into the solution. I am supposed to find out the horizontal distance from the gun to the point where the projectile strikes the ground. So the time taken is t is equal to t1 plus t2. Consider the motion from O to A. From O to A, from this point to this point. Okay. So I have the final velocity v as 0 and the initial velocity, that's the vertical component of the velocity, is u sine 30, that is along this direction. Vertical component of the velocity at this point, vertical component is u sine 30. So I will write it as here u sine 30 minus g. Why minus over here? Because the component or the projectile is in the upward direction. Upward direction means acceleration due to gravity is negative. So it is minus g into time taken t1 to reach from O to A. So it is t1. So simplifying this, I will get t1 as 9.17 seconds. Okay. Now consider the motion of the particle from, or the projectile from point A to point C. Okay. Where the equation is given as v is equal to u minus g t2. So u is the vertical component of the velocity at point A. So now since the point is from A to C, at u the final velocity of the previous from O to A, that final velocity will be the initial velocity for point A to C. So initial velocity will become 0 and the final velocity will be v, vertical component of the velocity at the point C. Okay. So v is equal to u minus gt2. We are supposed to find out this v. You do not know this. This is 0. You do not know this time t2. Okay. So we will take one more equation. Okay. That is v squared minus u squared is equal to 2gs. So in this equation, our initial velocity is 0. We do not know. Final velocity when it reaches the point C. 2 into 9.81. Here 9.81 is positive because the particle is moving down. So it is 9.81 into distance. Distance we have already found out, that is the total distance from this point to this point, that is from this point to this point, that is h max plus 150. Okay, that is 562. So substitute here, find out the final velocity or vertical component of velocity at C. Okay. Now we got this velocity v. Okay, we can substitute in this equation and find out what is t2. So this you know this is 0, this is 9.81. Find out t2 from the equation 1. So once you found out t2, you can just sum it up to find out the total time. That is t1 plus t2 will get 19.87 seconds. So now what are we interested in? We are interested in the horizontal distance from the gun to the point where the projectile strikes the ground. That is from distance from point O to C. That is from this point to this point C. So it is horizontal component of velocity into the total time taken. Okay. That is horizontal component of velocity will be given by u cos theta, our initial horizontal component of velocity. This is constant, right? So it is u cos theta into total time taken. We will get 3097.42 meter. So we have found out the horizontal distance from the gun to the point where the projectile strikes the ground. Okay. So this component will be constant from that point. That is why here it is 180 cos 30. Okay. we'll move on to the next problem, that is, determine from first principle the angle at which the bullet must be fired over a horizontal plane such that greatest height attained by it is equal to the greatest distance travelled on the plane. So you are supposed to find out the greatest by equating the greatest height attained, H max, is equal to the greatest distance travelled on the plane. That is, greatest distance travelled on the plane is the horizontal range. Horizontal range has a equation, H max has a equation we have derived in the previous video. So equating the two is equal to, it is equal to this. So equating these two, you are supposed to find out angle at which the bullet must be fired. So this angle alpha we have to find out. So equating these two, just reducing the like terms, find out what is alpha from this. You will get 70.48. So that is the angle at which the bullet must be fired. Okay. Next, determine the position at which the ball is thrown up the plane will strike the inclined plane as shown in figure. The initial velocity is 30 meter per second and the angle of projection is tan inverse of 4/3 with the horizontal. This figure is given. So this is later drawn with the whatever information is given in the problem. So they have given you the initial velocity and the angle of projection is given. Angle of projection is of the projectile. Okay, this plane as it is not horizontal, it is inclined at a slope of 1:2. Okay, when we write the slope, it is always y by x we write. So y by x is equal to half. So 2 can go here, x this side. So it is nothing but x is equal to 2y is its relation. Okay. Now what are they asking you? They are asking you determine the position at which the ball is thrown up the plane. Determine the position at which. Position means what? Position means it is the, in any plane, position means its x and y point. Okay. A point is represented by x comma y. Okay. So you are supposed to find out its x value and y value from where the ball is thrown up. So where this ball goes and hits the point A, that respective x and y you are supposed to find out. So don't get confused with this slope and the slope what they have given here, tan inverse of 4/3. Tan inverse of 4/3 is the angle made by this projectile. When you throw something, what angle they used to give with respect to the horizontal, that angle is given over here. Okay. So now let us consider that as 3 x. In x it is 3, in vertical it is 4. So if you take the right angle triangle here, the hypotenuse will be 5 here, correct? So what will be cos theta? Cos theta will be adjacent side by the hypotenuse. Sin theta will be opposite side by hypotenuse. So if I consider the horizontal component of velocity, which is nothing but in the previous slides you have seen, ux is equal to u cos theta. U is given, that is initial velocity 30 meter per second, into cos theta is nothing but 3/5, correct? So adjacent by hypotenuse, it will reduce to 18 meter per second. So the horizontal component of velocity you got, horizontal component of velocity here is 18 meter per second. Vertical component of the velocity is uy is equal to u sin theta. U is 30, sin theta is opposite by hypotenuse 4/5. So it is 24 meter per second. 24 meter per second in the vertical. Okay. So vertical component of velocity you got now. Next, you are supposed to find out the y. Okay, that is, we are supposed to find out the x and the y. We know in the I think video 1 of this module, I have explained you how we arrived at y is equal to, that is x and y at every point. No, x and y can be found out, x coordinate and y coordinate. We have derived this equation for x and y. Y is equal to u sin theta plus half gt squared. Since it is moving up, acceleration due to gravity is minus here. So that is the equation for the y. For motion of the ball along y direction, this is the equation. For motion of the ball along the x direction, the x component is u cos theta. X is equal to, already we found out in the problem, that is x is equal to 2y we got. So this is also equal to 2y. Okay. So now substitute whatever you know, what you have already found out in the problem, that is u sin theta we found out from the previous slide, that is 24. Okay, see here we found out u as 24 ux and uy and ux as 18 meter per second. So substitute u sin theta as 24t, t is here, minus 4.905 t squared. Okay, you got the y equation, and the x equation is x is equal to 2y, which is equal to u cos theta t, that is here u cos theta is 18. So you will get the equation reduced to y is equal to 2 and 9, 90 will remain, y is equal to 90. So substituting the value of y, in the y equation, substitute the value as 90 here. 24t minus 90 will get 15t, 15 divided by 4.905, t gets cancelled. So t is equal to 3.058 seconds you will get. And also find out what is the value of x and y. Once you get t, substitute in x equation, that is 18 into t, you will get it as 55.046, and in the y equation, substituting the value of t, you will get it as 27.523. So we got the position of the, what is asked here, position at which the ball is thrown up the plane and it will strike the inclined plane at this point. So position of point A we found out, that is x and y distances. Next problem, a bullet is fired from a gun with the initial velocity of 20 meter per second. Before I proceed, I would like to tell that here in this seconds, t are substituting in terms of seconds. This is the velocity component, that is meter per second. So meter per second and second into second will be meters. So x should be here, unit should be meters. Okay. Next, a bullet is fired from a gun with the initial velocity of 250 meter per second to hit a target. The target is located at a horizontal distance of 3750 and 625 meter above the gun point of projection. Determine the minimum angle of the projection so that the bullet will hit the target. Okay. So the target point, that is the distances are given, horizontal distance and the vertical distance above the gun is given. So if the gun point is at A, horizontal distance is 3750 vertical distance is 625. So say the point B is the target point. They have given you what velocity the gun is fired from point A, that is 250 meter per second. They have given you 3 information and you are supposed to find out what is the minimum angle here, what is the minimum angle of projection so that the bullet will hit the target. Okay. So you are supposed to find out this angle alpha. Initial velocity is 250 meter per second. Its horizontal component is 250 cos alpha. Vertical component is 250 sin alpha. So it's given here. Now consider the horizontal motion. Ax is equal to 0. That is, when we start from this point here, it is moving against the acceleration, right? So what happens is, in your equation of motion, s is equal to ut plus half at square, this component wouldn't be there because no acceleration due to gravity is acting on this here now. So now we have our Sx, that is the distance. Sx is given as 3750 in the problem is given, is equal to initial velocity is 250 meter per second cos alpha, you do not know alpha, into t. Okay. So t also is not given, right? You are supposed to find out. Consider the vertical motion. Vertical motion, we have Sy is equal to ut plus half ay t square. In the horizontal, here Ax is 0, but in the vertical, it is moving against the direction of the gravity. So it is minus 9.81 in Ay. So it is minus half into gt square. T is unknown. We have the equation, that is x is equal to ut. Okay. So x is equal to ut, where you substitute the value. Okay. 250 cos alpha, that is here, this one, the horizontal component, into time t. X is equal to ut. So this into t, therefore t is equal to 3750 divided with, that is the x component, divided by 250 cos alpha. Now substitute this value in the equation, second equation, and go on solving for alpha. That is 650 is equal to 250 into sin alpha into t. T is just now we saw 3750 divided by cos alpha, minus half 9.81 into t square. Again x, this value is substitute here, square of this. So you will get sin by cos, you will get it as tan alpha, minus half into 9.81 into square of this, you reduce, you will get this value. 1 by cos squared alpha is nothing but, according to trigonometry, you know, it is secant square alpha. Okay. You also know that secant square, if you bring the secant square in terms of tan alpha, you can solve this as a quadratic equation. Okay. So secant squared is nothing but 1 plus tan squared alpha. You open up these terms, that is 1 constant, 593.5 you will get, minus 593.5, and you can further sync up with this and reduce the equation in terms of tan squared alpha, that is minus 593.5 into tan squared alpha plus 3750 tan alpha minus 1 big term you will get. So you will get a quadratic equation. Solving that, how you used to solve in the previous cases, x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. So in that A, you substitute the tan squared alpha term, I mean the coefficient attached to the tan squared alpha. Then for B, coefficient of tan alpha. C, the constant term which you will get by adding this and this one. Okay. So solving that equation, you will get tan alpha is equal to 5.97. Alpha is equal to tan inverse of this value, you will get alpha angle. Okay. So there, because there is b minus b plus or minus square root of 4ac, square root of b squared minus 4ac. So there you may get two terms. Okay, two terms you may get. So minimum angle, this is a maximum angle, one is the minimum angle you will get. So they have asked you the minimum angle of projection. So write the smaller angle as the minimum angle required. Okay. So similar one more problem in detail I have solved in the subsequent slides. You may check the formulas from there. Okay. Next problem. A toy missile is projected with the initial velocity of 20 meter per second. Okay. And if the missile lands 15 meter away at the same level. Okay. So at the same level, if they have given, then x or the range becomes 15 meter here. What must have been the angle of projection? This angle is asked. Okay, so we have y is equal to, so we have two equations to find out the position, that is the x equation and the y equation. X is equal to u cos theta t, y is equal to u sin theta t minus half gt square. Okay, so but we do not know the time t, neither we do know the, here it is given as alpha, here I have mentioned it as theta, so it is the same angle I am talking about. Okay, so we do not know t, neither we know the value of theta or the alphas. So what we will do is, we will take this equation y is equal to u sin theta t minus half gt square at this point B, where x is 15, okay, but the y component is becomes 0, so that we can reduce the number of unknowns here. We will take this point as a reference and then find out the angle alpha. U sin theta into t minus half gt square minus here, because it is moving against the acceleration, so it is minus over here 9.81. so we have also t is equal to x divided by u cos theta. You substitute this term in our y equation, substitute here t, this is 0 anyhow, u sin theta into x divided by u cos theta, u gets cancelled, sin theta by cos theta becomes tan theta. So please stick on to the same indication, that is here alpha I have given, so either it is alpha or theta, these angles are same. Okay, so now you got x tan alpha here minus half g t square, t is x square divided by u square cos alpha. Okay, so further simplifying this expression, you get 0 is equal to 15 tan alpha, x is 15, so it is 15 tan alpha minus 9.81 into 15 square divided by 2 u squared, u is initial velocity at this point 20 meter per second, cos squared alpha. What is cos? 1 by cos squared alpha is nothing but secant squared alpha, like the previous problem. Secant squared alpha is 1 plus tan squared alpha. Further, opening up the brackets, minus 2.756 minus 2.756 tan squared alpha is equal to 0. 15 tan alpha, this you will get it as a quadratic equation like the previous case. Write it in terms of, first write this, that is minus 2.756 tan squared alpha first term plus 15 tan alpha minus 2.756 is equal to 0. Then you have the equation x is equal to minus b plus or minus square root. To solve the quadratic equation you have this term. So here x is nothing but your tan alpha. Okay, x is your tan alpha, b is nothing but 15, a is nothing but minus 2.756, c is 2.756 minus. So substituting these terms you will get two terms because there is plus or minus here. One is, when you simplify you get 5.18, one more you will get 0.19. So you find out alpha of this one, you will get minimum, one more you will get it as maximum. So what must have been the angle of projection? So the minimum angle of projection also we found out, and the maximum angle of projection also will be we have found out. Okay. So next problem is, a boy throws a ball so that it may just clear a wall of 3.6 meter high. The boy is at a distance of 4.8 meter from the wall. That boy threw the ball at a distance of 4.8 meter and the ball was found to hit the ground at a distance of 3 meter on the other side of the wall. So after 3 meter the ball will go and fall. Find the least velocity with which the ball can be thrown. So if they specify least velocity, we have to address to that particular whatever they are asked. Okay, so we know that now in the previous two problems we have derived this equation. If you look back, that is y is equal to x tan alpha minus gx square divided by 2u squared cos alpha. Okay, it's this just previous equation of this. Okay, by how we substituting t is equal to x by u cos theta or cos alpha, we got this expression. So directly we are taking that expression, the equation of path with the point of projection as origin. Okay, so now this total, where it started, the point of projection started and where it goes and hits the ground, the total distance is 7.8 meter. Okay, please note in this problem we have 3.6 meter here at a distance of 3.6 meter on the other side of the wall here. So here also it is 3.6. 3.6 plus 4.8, you will get it as 8.4 meter as the horizontal range R. Okay, please make a correction here. So now in our equation y is equal to this one, x tan alpha, x is 4.8, x is 4.8, y is 3.6. So 3.6 y, 4.8 is x tan alpha minus g into 4.9, that is x square divided by 2u squared cos squared alpha. Okay, what are the unknowns here? We are not knowing what is u, we neither know what is alpha. So somehow we have to simplify this equation. So one of the way to simplify this equation is, we know that the horizontal range, we already know this value, horizontal range. So we can reduce the equation in terms of only one unknown. You can remove this u squared by writing r divided by sine 2 alpha, r divided by sine 2 alpha is equal to u squared by g. Okay, therefore g by u squared, that is reciprocal of this equation, will give you g by u squared. At that place you please substitute r by sine alpha, sine 2 alpha divided by r, sine 2 alpha divided by r. R we found out from the given figure that it is 8.4. So 8.4 sine 2 alpha divided by 8.4, that is from this equation we got. Substituting the value of r and dividing it by sine alpha and inversing that, substituting in this equation, you will get this term, right? Okay, and hence the equation reduces to only one unknown, that is alpha at 3 points. Further simplify this equation, you will get sine 2 alpha is nothing but 2 sine alpha cos alpha. 1 sine alpha gets cancelled. Further simplifying this, you will get sine alpha by cos alpha as 2 tan alpha, 4.8 tan alpha minus 2.74 tan alpha. Simplifying this equation, you will get alpha as 60.2 degree. Okay. Once you have found out what is alpha, substitute in this equation. You know r, you know g, the only unknown is u. Find out u, that is 9.7 meter per second. Okay. So next, one more small concept which is there in this topic is motion of a body thrown horizontally from a certain height into the air. That is, if you are throwing something which is at a distance of h from the ground, you are throwing some object from this point, there is a horizontal component here, and when at B there is only the horizontal component of velocity, and as it moves downwards towards the ground, there is also the vertical component because of the influence of the gravity. Okay, so it has both the horizontal and the vertical components of velocity at point A. Correct? This point is A. So here only horizontal component, here both horizontal and the vertical component exists, and the distance from point O to A is taken as the r. Okay, the horizontal distance r travelled by the body is given as the horizontal component into the time taken, that is u into t. Here vertical downward distance travelled by the body is given as the vertical component of velocity at B at this point, vertical component of the velocity at point B. Here only horizontal component exists, so vertical component here is 0, so we write it as 0 here, plus half gt square. Okay, so the vertical downward distance travelled by the body is given by h is equal to half gt square. Next one is the horizontal distance, which is horizontal component of velocity into time t, r is equal to ut. Vertical component of velocity at point A is obtained from the equation v is equal to u plus gt, where, so if the target or if the ball is thrown from this point and it fell at A, then its x and y here is r comma h. H is in the lower direction, it depends upon what axis you take. So actually it is below this point, so it is minus h. Okay, so now if I want to consider the distance, that is distance h, the vertical downward distance traveled by the body, vertical downward distance traveled by the body, this is similar to your s distance. Okay, s is equal to ut plus half gt square. Okay, in this, now always remember the ball is thrown from this point, so it is in the horizontal direction, there is some velocity, whereas in the vertical direction the velocity is 0. That is the vertical component of this particular velocity 0. There is no velocity in the vertical direction. So ux is equal to u, uy is equal to 0. Okay, so now first I want to find out what is a vertical downward distance traveled by the body, that is vertical component of velocity at b into t, that is ut plus half gt square. U vertical component of velocity, I told just now, vy is 0 or uy is equal to 0. Vertical velocity at this point is 0. So I will put this equation here. This becomes 0 first term, plus half gt square. There is influence of acceleration due to gravity when the body is moving vertically downwards. So it is half gt square. So whenever you want to find out the height, then it becomes this h is equal to half gt square. You can find out the height. Next is the r, that is a horizontal distance. You take the same equation, s is equal to ut plus half gt square, that is horizontal component of velocity at b into t plus half gt square. Along the horizontal direction, g is 0, right? So the second component half gt square becomes 0. So only what remains? ut. What is horizontal component of velocity? Horizontal component of velocity is u. So you will get r is equal to, r is nothing but s, the distance travelled, r is equal to ut, you will get over here. Okay, now we want the vertical component of the velocity at point A. At point A, you want the vertical component of the velocity. I already told you, horizontal component of the velocity is u, vertical component of the velocity is 0. So if I take the equation v is equal to u plus gt, there is influence of this g on the particle. So gt will remain, u is nothing but the vertical component, that becomes 0. So it is v is equal to gt. Now I know that my if I found out v and u is my initial u, that is the horizontal component of velocity, that is here if I take v and u, the parallelogram law, we saw what we solved to find out the resultant. You can find out the resultant velocity of v and u by taking the square root of u square plus v square. So you need to remember these formulas when an object is thrown from a height h from the ground. Okay, so there are two cases. One is object projected from one point reaches a maximum height and reaches the target. Second one is when you are throwing from the cliff above, object is thrown above the cliff, which you have solved previously in the same video, previous problems we solved. Next one is standing here, you are throwing horizontally. Okay, so one problem based on that. An aircraft is moving horizontally at a speed of 108 km per hour at an altitude of 1000 meters from the target towards a target on the ground, releases a bomb which hits the target. Estimate the horizontal distance of the aircraft from the target when it releases a bomb. calculate also the direction and velocity with which bomb hits the target. Calculate also the direction and velocity with which it hits the target. Okay, so you are supposed to find out where it goes and hits, that is the R, using, that is the resultant R I am talking about, R of magnitude and direction and the velocity. How will you find? Finding out the resultant of the horizontal component of velocity and the vertical component of velocity, u squared plus v squared, square root of. You are supposed to find out this velocity and the direction, that is the angle with which it is hitting. Okay, so first let us start with our known formula. We know time is given, time is unknown over here. They have given you it is 1000 meter above at a speed of 108 km per hour at an altitude of 1000 meter from the ground. So the h is 1000 meter. We know the equation, h is equal to half gt square, that is the total downward distance from that point. H is equal to half gt square, which we derived just now in the previous slide. Here h is known, g is known, t is the unknown here. Time, find out from this equation. So it takes 14.278 seconds to hit the target. Okay, t is found out. They have given you in kilometer per hour. First convert it into meter per second. So 108 into 1000 meter divided by 3600, that is 60 minutes 60 seconds. So you will get the speed of the aircraft, that is 30 meter per second. U is 30 meter per second. So let us move on to find out the horizontal distance R. We derived R is equal to ut in the previous slide. Horizontal distance of the aircraft from the target when it released a bomb. We know that R is equal to ut. U is given, we calculated just now, 30 meter per second. T also we found out just now, what is the time required. Substitute here, you will get the distance from this point to this point, that is the R distance. Okay, so next we are supposed to find out the velocity with which the bomb hits the target. We have two components, one is the vertical component of velocity, one more is the horizontal component of velocity. See, this horizontal component of velocity u is constant for throughout, whereas the vertical component keeps on changing because of the influence of g on the bomb which is falling on the ground. So we have v equation as changing with respect to 9.81 times t, 9.81 into t, you will get 139.9 meter per second, vertical component of velocity. Horizontal component of velocity fixed, which is given as 30 meter per second. Substitute in the resultant equation, u square plus v square is equal to 143 square root, you will get 143.08 meter per second. How we used to calculate in the case of resultant? Tan theta is equal to y divided by x. In the same way, this is v actually. V is 140 divided by u, 143.08. Tan inverse of that, you will get 77 degrees as the theta. So the direction and velocity with which the bomb hits the target is found out. Okay. So likewise, there are several problems in concept of projectiles. Please look into it from different texts, and that's all for now. The next video is on curvilinear motion. I'll end here. Thank you.